Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Dave. Nice to meet you.
John Hobbs, CEO. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Mark Gonzalez, manager.
Dave, nice to meet you.
Rob Alger, manager. Nice to meet you.
I brought you guys a couple copies of my resume.
All right, Dave. So I see here that you played for Stockton Hockey to your college.
Yes.
Do you feel like you'll be able to bring any experience that you've gained from hockey, such as how to properly dress yourself? Do you think you'll be able to bring that experience of knowledge of the equipment to the store to help out customers that don't know what they're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, playing the sport for so long, I'm aware of all the equipment and how to properly use it. And from any age group, I can help, a beginner, experienced person find the equipment they need.
Awesome. All right, so
For our company, we like punctuality. We always like people being on time or even early there if it's possible. So we want to know, is being on time important to you?
Absolutely. I always try to be on time. It's very important to me, yes.
that's good. All right, I have a question for you. If a customer were to come into the store with limited knowledge to hockey, would you be efficiently able to guide the customer through what they need to purchase to be able to play hockey?
Absolutely. I know when you're first starting out with the sport, it can be a little overwhelming because there's so much equipment that goes into it. And I feel like I have adequate knowledge of the sport to the point where I could let everybody, I could help them.
Awesome. That's great.
Hey Dave, what are some things that motivate you throughout the workday?
I think I'm motivated through interpersonal relationships. I think working with my coworkers, helping them out, it really helps me get through the day.
That's good.
All right. Are you able to give 2 examples of when you did more than what was required from a job experience, such as went above and beyond for a manager or a company?
Yes, there's actually a couple times. I mean, one time in particular, one of my bosses asked me to actually fire somebody, and it was hard. It was difficult, and but I got it done, and he was definitely happy about that. And another time, he actually had me open up the store when that wasn't really in my job description, but I did it anyway, and I didn't have a problem doing that.
So Dave, why do you think you're the best person for this job?
I mean, I just have so much hockey experience. I'm passionate about the sport. I feel like even if I don't have experience in retail, I still know enough to adequately do the job.
All right, Dave, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. Possibly. I mean, definitely in a management position. I don't know if it'll exactly be within the hockey industry, but somewhat in the management field.
Okay, that's fair enough.
All right. So after reviewing the job descriptions, do you feel that you will be able to adequately fulfill them?
Yes, I feel like it's a job that I'm qualified for, and I'm really hoping I get.
All right. Do you have any questions for us pertaining to the job?
How long have you guys been around?
We've been in this area for 10 years, and we plan to open another store in a couple of years in bordering cities.
Okay, because I'm new to Minnesota, so I'm not really familiar around here. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's it. We'll let you know in 2 weeks if we made a decision or not.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Nice meeting you guys.
Thanks, Dave.
Hey, good to meet you. Hey, how's it going?
How you doing? Dylan Hobbs. Nice to meet you.
Rob Alger, nice to meet you. CEO of Bardo.
Mark Gonzalez, manager.
Dylan Hobbs.
Dave Caselli, nice to meet you.
Dylan Hobbs. Nice to meet you guys. How are you doing?
Good, how was that ride in, man?
Good. It was a little bit of traffic, but I made it through.
That's good.
I brought in some resumes to pass out to you guys.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Thank you. So it says here you play hockey?
Yeah,
Played
yep.
for 8 years at Grover Township?
Yeah, I played 8 years in Grover Township street hockey, and I also played 1 year of ice hockey for Atlantic City.
Okay, that's great. It's good to hear that you have a little bit of hockey experience. We want that in our company.
Yeah, I am trying to continue my ice hockey experience. I do play recreational, so I'm still learning how to get the pads to fit right and trying to pick out what pads I like the best. But for the most part, I think I figure out that what I like, and I think that I can use that to show people how to dress properly and pick the right pads.
That's good. Some of the things we'll be looking for in the company, just to let you know. So, Dylan, what are some things you're looking for in terms of a job career?
And looking, as far as a job career, I really want to work for a company that has good pension plans, somewhere where I can be stable and know that I'm going to be able to come to work every day and have a good staff around me. I like to have a good time when I work, but I also like to perform for the company.
All right, so Dylan, are you able to recall a time where you're presented with the opportunity to motivate someone else? And if so, can you tell me how it was successful?
Yeah, when I used to work at the casinos, I worked at Bally's. I had to do what they called preps, which is when you would give a little pep talk to everyone before the shift started. So throughout doing that, I've learned how to motivate employees and make everyone have a good day while having fun and working.
Very nice.
All right, Dylan. If you could, can you describe to me the best boss you ever reported to?
The best boss I ever reported to is my current boss at my current job in the construction field. What makes him such a great boss is he is very easy to talk to, listens to what you have to say, and takes into consideration when he makes decisions about the company.
Okay. Another question here for you, Dylan. Why should we hire you?
I think you should hire me because like I said, I have hockey experience. I feel that experience can transfer over and help out the store. I'm highly motivated, and I'm always looking to bring a greater good to the company.
Okay. Talking about your hockey experience, I see the street hockey. I only see 1 year of ice hockey, and our company, our retail is primarily in the ice hockey department. Do you think you would be at a disadvantage working for us, considering we mostly deal with ice hockey?
I think that I may have a slight disadvantage at start just because I don't have as much experience as someone else would that's played for several years, but I have played the sport. I know how to play the sport. I know what equipment you need to play the sport. But I think over a couple months I'll be able to figure out what pads that I like the best and be able to recommend them and be able to help people figure out what they like best.
Okay.
Just to follow up on Dave's question, if we had a kid who was just starting out in hockey, you'd be able to help him out, help him pick the stuff, just pick what equipment he would be looking for.
Yeah, I think that I'll definitely be able to help someone out that's beginning playing hockey. I mean, you just have to. I would obviously have to help them try and figure out what they like best, what pads fit them best, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, Dylan. Well, we're gonna review your resume and everything. We'll get back to you in 2 weeks, let you know how everything went. Do you have any questions for us?
I have one question. Is there going to be any opportunity for overtime at this company?
Well, if you were to get hired, we would have to, evaluate your work performance and basically base it off that. But I would say there's definitely room for overtime.
Awesome.
All right, Dylan. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for coming in today.
All right, thank you, Rob.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Mark.
Pleasure.
Dave, thank you.
Have a great day.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm Mark Gonzalez, CEO.
Nice to meet you. I'm Rob Alger.
Nice to meet you. How was your drive
How are
down
you?
here?
Nice to meet you.
Dylan House Manager.
Nice to meet you. The drive went well. It was good.
Nice. Didn't have troubles finding this place or anything?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Actually, I knew where it was.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
I brought my resumes for you guys.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thanks.
You got some hockey background, that's good at least.
Yeah.
And you're also the captain of your team as well?
I am the captain of my team.
Alright,
How's your guys' season go?
It's good. We're in the championship.
It's good.
Yep.
Thanks.
Alright. Since you got limited like hockey knowledge, will you still be able to help someone else with also who has limited hockey knowledge to at least make the right purchase?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty adequate with like customer service, so I think I can adapt to any changes. Like if a customer comes in and they're asking about a certain product, I think I'm able to at least proficiently describe like what they're looking for. Even though I have limited hockey experience, I still think I could really help you guys out in the company.
Okay, I have a question for you. If the people who know you were asked why you should be hired, what would they say?
I think they would tell you guys that I'm just really good at customer service. I love working with customers. It's probably it's something I'm really good at. I worked retail before. I worked at the Stockton Campus Center store. My boss could even tell you guys in the past that I've gotten a lot of awards for being good with customer service. So I think that's something that they would probably say I'm really good with.
All right, Rob. Quick question for you. Describe to me a strategy you would implement to motivate your team.
Okay. To motivate my team, I would lay down a structure of organization. People like when things are organized. Teamwork, team-based efforts. Everybody's helping each other out. If anybody has any problems, they know they can, rely on the next worker as well as like the top manager. Everybody helps each other out equally. I think that would probably be good.
All right, Rob. What would be your number one asset you could bring to our company?
I know I've said it before, but customer service.
Customer
I
service.
know I'm really good at that. So if I'm able to work with customers, I'm able to help them with their needs.
All right. I see store associate on your resume. That's good. That's good. But how did that experience go for you? Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy?
I love
working
it.
in customer
I
service?
love it. That's my favorite thing, working with customers. I knew that I wanted to land a job directly working with customers, so that's why I'm here today. I feel like I can really help you guys out.
All right, Rob, so another question is, with one word, how would you describe yourself?
Responsible.
Excellent.
I just got one more question for you. Did you ever have to implement like a rule that no one liked? And like if so, how did you enforce it?
Yeah, in my past job, there was this big rule about like cell phones. You're not allowed to have them with you. So I implemented that. The employees really didn't like it, because obviously everybody we use our cell phones all throughout the day. But that's what has to be done when you're in the workplace. You can't be on your cell phone. It's it's workplace for a reason.
We believe it. We believe that here too.
Okay.
That's all the questions we have for you. Do you have any questions for us?
If I were to land this job, would it affect me that I'm not an ice hockey player?
The fact that you're not an ice hockey player will not greatly affect you. It will give us like some more background. We only look for more with people with more background, so they know what they're talking about. But it's not going to affect you. You seem passionate about the sport. You seem to know at least the basics, and that's all we're looking for, really.
Like we said, you had the customer service experience too, which is what we're really looking at too.
Yeah, like I said, I love hockey. I really think I could adapt to anything a customer would ask me. So thank you very much.
Well, did you know in 2 weeks what we decide?
Thank you very much, Mark.
Pleasure
It's good to
meeting
meet you, Dave.
Thanks,
Good to meet
Rob.
you.
Hey, how's it going? Dave Costello, CEO.
I'm Mark and Goss, nice to meet you.
How's the drive in today?
It was good, it was not that much traffic, so it was nice.
That's
How you doing, Mark? Rob Aljo, I'm a manager.
Nice to meet you, Rob.
Dylan Hobbs, manager.
Nice to meet you, Dylan. I have a couple of copies of my resumes, would you guys like a copy?
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
No problem. There you go.
Stockton and Berkeley, huh?
Yes.
Do you like those schools?
Berkeley was more of like a little intermediate school, and
Right.
we used to college, and then Stockton, I transferred here after a year at Berkeley, just to get the hang of it.
Yeah. All right, Marco. Obviously, this is you would be in the customer service section if you were to be hired, and I mean, customer service. There comes conflict.
Yes.
Through your work experience, give me a situation where you had to resolve some type of conflict, whether it be with the customer or the company.
All right. Well, one of the conflicts always happens is typically always at where I used to work at Casino Piero's on the boardwalk. So the boardwalk is always known to having rigged games and all that. So when a customer will come by and play the game and not win, and they'll have like a crying child saying they want the prize, they'll sit there complaining to me saying the game's rigged, no one could ever win the game. I show them the documentations that the game is not rigged. We get random players who actually work for the park and recreational activities, and they make sure the games are not rigged. They'll actually ask the current workers inside the stands like how the game works and how it operates and how many winners are there normally a day. So I typically do that, and then if the situation keeps persisting, I'll give them like a little free game depending on what kind of game it is.
Okay.
And if the game is too much and we have like little minor prizes for consolation just for playing, I give them like another one just to ease the tension.
Okay. All right, Mark. This is a position that entails working with young kids, and especially young kids who are just starting out with the sport of hockey. So, do you think you would feel confident enough if a young kid was to come in and ask, "Listen, I'm just starting out. What do I need? Why do I need it?"
I feel pretty confident with that. Like, I'm relatively new to the hockey field as myself, but I'm a quick learner. My friends have been teaching me, so I've been gaining more accustomed. I know what pads to use, what's good for starters, what's not good. I know the difference between the blades and what kind of elbow pads, like knee pads they should buy.
Okay.
And I can also tell them what kind of skates, because I used to skate when I was little.
All right.
So that you feel like you would fit into our corporate culture here?
Yeah, I feel like I could fit in. I'm not obsessive over sports. I'm into sports, and I normally blend in well. Like going back to Casino Pier, we get different ethnicities and all that come to us during the summer. So I mix in with different cultures, with the Russians, Lithuanians, Bulgarians. So I'm saying I'm pretty confident that I could fit into your corporation.
It's good to hear.
Working on the boardwalk and having very busy days, what would be an example of a heavy workload a day for you?
It would be having the 3 deliveries at once at 3 separate times during the day. And then also having to go and check in, make sure all the inventory is there. And then at the same time, after doing all that, check the basement, make sure everything's adding up to the numbers we had. And then also going to the stands and stocking up the stands at the same time, as long as customers are complaining to me, having their arguments with me while I'm trying to fill up the stands, making it look nice again.
All right, Mark. So, what do you think you can bring to this company?
I think I could bring like a great mediator, because I handled many different situations at my previous job, so I think I could really handle any kind of conflict customers have with us.
Thanks.
Mark, do you have any weaknesses that you'd like to, tell us about?
I think my only weakness is that I really get passionate about what I do. Like, if I have respect for the company and everything else, I really feel passionate for it. I will defend it till I'm proven wrong, basically.
That's good. All right, Mark. This concludes the interview. We'll get back to you in like 2 weeks. But you have any questions for us?
Yeah, you guys talked about the environment, the culture. I just want to know exactly what the environment and culture is. Like, is it blue collar or anything along those lines?
Our environment's fairly relaxed. It's blue collar. We like to keep it simple and keep everyone working, but we're not very strict on rules. We do have policies, but if you break a rule, it's we're not crazy about it.
Okay.
Nice meeting you, Mark.
Nice meeting you.
Mark, pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you as well.